Hey, my friends, welcome to the Dallas Daily Show. Today's topic is imagining the experience. All right, let's get into the conversation. All right, I know that a lot of the folks who listen to this podcast are people who are in the entrepreneurial space, that specifically a lot of coaches, a lot of consultants. I mean, this is who we work with inside of the Called to Success Academy as well. And even with the Entrepreneur Bible Study that I run, we work a lot with entrepreneurs who typically tend to be faith-centered, purpose-driven. These are people who want to make an impact. Freelancers, coaches, consultants, some pastors listen to this pod, salespeople listen to this pod, and I know you're here so that you can get those daily insights and inspiration. Here's something I want you to think about. Because today we're talking about this idea of imagining the experience. So just with me, let's do a quick imagination break, right? Have you ever had to deliver what in your mind was a high stakes pitch, or you had to go in and talk about a strategic partnership with somebody and you had to have the poise, right? Or you were having the meeting to land the dream client. Or maybe you finished you were getting ready to do a keynote or a public speaking thing. Okay. So just imagine this particular experience with me. We'll call it we'll call it, you're sitting in a meeting room with an ideal client. This is somebody that this could be a big ticket sale for you, especially if you're a consultant. You're about ready to pitch a program that could be $10,000, $20,000, maybe $50,000. Let's just say that's where you're at, okay? Now imagine yourself sitting, and if you're driving, please keep your eyes on the road. Don't go too far, don't close your eyes. But if you're in a place you can take this in, close your eyes. Imagine that they're like, hey, Joe's gonna be right in. And you're really good at what you do, but you know you suck at sales. Like in your brain, you've told yourself, I'm no good at sales. Like, okay, I just need to show Joe my value and my worth. And then maybe then he'll be ready for the next steps. All right. So you're sitting in the room waiting for Joe. You're about to pitch this $50,000 coaching package, right? What are you feeling? What are you feeling right now? See, there's a really intriguing thing that happens in our bodies. I was reading in the book Psycho-Cybernetics this last week. Dr. Maxwell Maltz, great book, by the way, totally worth the read. A lot of stories in that book, but the premises are foundational to what we talk about here when we talk about future you. And the big idea from the book here, and I think he even just says it in either the intro or in chapter 1, he hops right in. He says, the human nervous system cannot tell the difference between an actual experience and one that is vividly imagined. So that feeling that you get even now of like the nervousness you feel before a pitch or before a sales conversation or before a big keynote, that's actually a synthetic experience, is what Maxwell Maltz, but your body doesn't know it's a synthetic experience. We would call it like mental rehearsal. Brendan Burchard in his book High Performance Habits, you're getting all the quotes from all the books today. He talks about this idea of mentally rehearsing what you're going to do. So it's really powerful because if we've ever walked into a meeting rattled, that rattle, or even imagining that it's going to be a nerve-wracking meeting, guess what? Your nerves have predetermined what you're going to feel like going into that meeting. If you've ever felt like, it's probably not even going to be worth it anyway, I'll be surprised if they, and like you're feeling, I'll be surprised if they buy from me. Well, guess what? It's going to live down to your expectations, right? You've rehearsed the failure over and over in your mind a dozen times beforehand. You've pictured yourself stumbling. You've pictured yourself fumbling and grumbling and mumbling through the presentation. You've anticipated the rejection. Heck, we do it in sales training when we're like, hey, you're going to have to rehearse you're going to have to overcome the objections. But what's happening is we're not doing it from a place of mental preparation because we're emotionally grounded in a positive result. Instead, what we're doing is we are mentally preparing from a place of emotional dysregulation. So we're imagining them not being impressed, imagining the rejection, imagining nervous system overload, imagining the butterflies in our stomach before we speak. And then that's what's going through our head. And then it shows up in the actual event. But that version of you, my friend, is far off from the future version of you that we are designing. What we have to begin to do is we have to imagine the experience in the ideal outcome from the ideal emotional position and from the frequency resonance that we want to attain. I'm going to probably need to unpack this a lot more, maybe in a mind shift episode. I don't have time to get into this now, but just imagine with me now, rather than rehearsing that boardroom conversation of the $50,000 pitch, oh yeah, where you're nervous and you're feeling this. Imagine going through it, imagining the leather chair underneath you and imagining the whiteboard that you get to stand up and take command of the room and say, hey, let me show you just a couple of things. Imagine what it's like that you're sitting in a place of such confidence and such frequency resonance that you are like, I am bringing joy to this room. I'm bringing breakthrough to this room. They have been waiting for me to bring this answer to them. Imagine feeling the confidence and your heart rate is low and your energy is up and your ability to hear and listen and adapt and sell and close and talk about the next steps. Just imagine that. And we imagine that with a smile on our face. And we imagine that from a place of emotional resonance of the future us that we want to become. That future us emotion begins to adapt into our central nervous system in the present reality. Go back to that Maxwell Maltz quote. The human nervous system cannot tell the difference between an actual experience and one that is vividly imagined. So now, what if you started using your nervous system ahead of time to imagine an experience with the outcome that you wanted it in the way that you wanted it to unfold? That'd be huge. That's how you grow in your 4 eyes every day. You're always rehearsing something. You could be rehearsing the worst possible outcome or the best possible scenario in which future you shines in your present reality. Which one will you rehearse? That's a thought. If you want more access to the future you got it. It's futureyou5day.com. We've got it in the show notes there. But that 5-day, 30 minutes a day teaches you how to see it, how to feel it, how to speak it into existence, rehearse it until you actually manifest it in your reality. Future you, the number 5, futureyou5day.com. Go out there, get that, see it, my friends, feel it, speak it. It's time for you to become it. Have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to dallasdailyshow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.